Cordell and Cordell's attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day's going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, where we're looking at plenty of clouds out there. A little bit of light rain earlier this morning. Everything is tapered off for the most part here in the Great Lakes Bay area, but you take a look up north and back west into Wisconsin, we've got some precipitation going on. And over in Wisconsin, where the temperatures are a little bit cooler, they are looking at some snow shower, snow flurry activity for at least the northern half of that state. And then you move a little bit further to the west, Minnesota, and looping down through Nebraska into Missouri, Kansas. They're looking at snow shower, snow flurry activity, and the rulers continue to be measuring snow out there. In some cases, 1.5 feet over the last couple of days, 3 days. And obviously, if you've been paying any attention at all to the national media, you have seen just how treacherous some of the traffic conditions have been out in that part of the country. What's generating the activity that we're seeing right now here? A couple of low pressure systems, one of them to the immediate south down in central and southern portions of Indiana. That's a fairly weak low pressure because the energy is being taken up in the upper atmosphere by a major low system, which is just off the coast, the east coast of the continental United States, off of New Jersey right now. Matthew, I guess we could describe our temperatures here as rather boring. They haven't been doing much of anything at all. What are we looking at right now?
Well, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 42. Over in Midland, it's also cloudy at 42. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 43. We have northeast winds at 16 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.78, and it's steady.
Now, we did work our way up to 50 degrees yesterday in a number of locations, but for the most part, it looks as though we're going to be looking at 42, 43, right about where we're at. And tonight, we're only going to drop down to about 40 degrees. And then tomorrow, our high temperature should only be about 42, 43 degrees. So it does look like the 50s now. Short term, yeah. Long term, I think so. We're not going to see much in the way of 50s now for a while. 42 for a high tomorrow, 40 for a high on Saturday. Sunday, we'll work our way up only to about 38, 39. Then New Year's Day, 36. Then on the work week next week, starting off with Tuesday, we'll be in the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. But it doesn't look like we're going to be spiking very high above that low to mid 40 degree range in the foreseeable future. And then, as we've mentioned the past couple of days, as we work our way into the middle part of January, especially right around the 10th or so of January, we're going to see those temperatures settle back down to a lot more average levels, and the precipitation pattern is going to pick up in intensity. Now, some will argue the precipitation pattern was quite active and very busy over the last few days, and that's true. We haven't gone a day without some form of precipitation, and because of the mild conditions, we've been looking at precipitation values, just plain old simple rain. But you get, again, working your way into the weekend where our temperatures will begin to settle back down into that 30 degree range, and the lows at night, which has been the key, will drop down to 30 or upper 20s. Then we're going to begin to see a little bit of wintry mix thrown in. But again, those afternoon highs are going to keep us on the warm side. So our forecast, what are we looking at? Plenty of clouds. Are we going to get any sunshine at all? I think tomorrow, late tomorrow afternoon, there is going to be a glimpse of some sun. But remember, sun sets just a little bit after 5, about 5:08, 5:09. So whatever sun we do get is going to be very brief. That'll be tomorrow. But still, we're going to see more in the way of clouds on Friday night. There is going to be a chance of some showers after midnight on Friday night, moving into Saturday. But those are going to be extremely isolated, widely scattered. About 10-15% of the land mass will get some form of precipitation on Friday night and early Saturday morning. Then Saturday, we're going to be looking at clouds, but the clouds will be thinning during the day as well, because eventually on Saturday night, we'll have some partly cloudy skies for a little bit. Then the clouds will move in for New Year's Eve day, mostly cloudy. There will be a chance of a rain-snow mix on New Year's Eve day. Temperatures about 38, 39 degrees. Then New Year's Eve, we're going to be looking at a chance of some snow showers. Again, very isolated, widely scattered. If anything, a flurry or two, and that's going to be about it. Our temperatures on Sunday night, New Year's Eve, will be in that 34 to 36 degree range. So we're not going to be looking at any major snow. Where there is going to be snow on Sunday is going to be in Wisconsin. Again, all of that a function of that system, which is moving up the East Coast. And that's the reason why we're getting not only the wind direction that we're seeing, but also the precipitation. If you take a look at the radar, it's moving from an east to a west direction. And right now it's cutting across the northern third of the Lower Peninsula. Long-range outlook to take us all the way through the 10th of the month is for our temperatures to be averaging a little bit above normal for this time of the year. Precipitation pattern to be at or below average for this time of the year. Record high today, 59. That was set back in 1984. The record low was 8 below zero, set in 1924. So the warmest day for December the 28th was in 1984. 59 was our high, 35 was our low. The coldest, 1924 for December the 28th. 9 was our high, 8 below zero was our low. And incidentally, the most snow ever on a December the 28th here in the Great Lakes Bay region was back in 1968. We had 10 inches of snow on that day. For those of you keeping track of things, December of 2015 was the warmest ever December on record here in the Great Lakes Bay area. And December right now, this year, is shaping up to be the second warmest on record. And as we mentioned yesterday, we're running about a third higher as far as heat goes for a December. Last year, we were just about normal as far as heat and cold goes of what we should be looking at here in the Great Lakes Bay region. So again, we're running about 33% warmer than what is normal for this time of the year. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons and Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They are looking forward to working with you in 2024 because they are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, you can get a hold of their agents on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can contact the office in downtown Reese, 989-868-4722. And they are going to be a part of an event coming up over in Michigan's Thumb, the middle of January. So we'll have a lot more information on that as we approach that event. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. We say good morning to Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. Melinda, it looks like wheat is trying to lead the way again today.
Good morning. It is. We got wheat up 12, beans up 1, and corn pretty much unchanged here. We got a lot of things moving in the market. The Brazilian farmer was a light seller yesterday of corn and beans, and they're 1% harvested on their soybeans. So a lot of eyes on what they're selling in their export lineup in the next 30 days, 60 days here. Corn plantings in Argentina are reported at 70% complete with favorable conditions, so odds are looking good for them. A lot of eyes on the safrinha crop in Mexico and in South America as well. Will they have a reduction in planting just with beans being lagged behind so far? A lot of eyes on the Ukrainian exports. Their marketing year for exporting started July 1st, and they're down 23% from a year ago. Their wheat exports are down 13%, corn down 27% in exports. So we've seen China come in and buy some U.S. corn U.S. wheat over the last couple of weeks, which has definitely helped elevate the wheat market. Also elevating the wheat market is the dryness we're seeing out west. Talks that this is one of the driest years we've had in quite some time on the wheat since roughly 2015. So eyes on the wheat conditions also will be in full swing here over the next couple of days as well.
They're getting a lot of snow out in the central part of the country, but evidently, from what I've been told, the major wheat producing areas in the central part of the country have not had all that snow. So I think you're spot on when you're hearing that it's dry out there.
Yeah, we definitely need some snow. I mean, I'd take some here in Michigan as well.
I think I would too, as much as I really don't like working in it. It's that time of the year. We should have a little bit of snow. I'm very curious about the Ukrainian situation because we're not getting any reports of anything lately about what's going on over there. They're still fighting, from what I understand. Do we have any boat issues or any transportation issues out there that you're aware of?
Yeah, there are some issues getting through the Suez Canal and the Red Sea, which is definitely, they think, is the biggest contributor to the slower pace. So if those freight issues could get resolved out of there, could we see that pace pick up? Sure. And that's obviously not going to be good for us if we see their exports pick up, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of eyes on that. Also a big shot to why markets corn could be down is the U.S. dollar is weaker. We're nearing the $100 index. So far, a lot of guys are looking at the dollar bulls that are exiting the market and then the move to 99.5 on the index. So we could see that definitely impact commodity markets as well.
Yeah. So on the board right now, Melinda, what do you have?
Yeah, on the board currently we got December corn at $3.91, January corn at $4.12, new crop 24 corn at $4.41, December beans at $12.50, January beans at $12.60, new crop 24 beans at $12. December red wheat at $12.22, July 24 red wheat at $5.78, and we got July 24 white wheat at $6.37.
All right. Melinda, you have a great day. Happy New Year to you. We'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone.
All righty. Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth now. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us. The Market Report brought to you by the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They can help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. So check them out. Find out how they can be your hometown financial solution. Just stop by any of their conveniently located offices and see how they can help you in the new year. Find out more about them by going to frankenmuthcu.org, and by Ed Raymond's Quality Clothing and Shoes since 1919. When you're talking Carhartts, Red Wing shoes and boots, Stormy Cromer accessories, you are talking one of the largest retailers of those products in not only the area, but across the eastern half of the continental United States. Ed Raymond's, 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. We say good morning to Doug Klein. Doug, what's going on?
Well, the stock market hit a new high today for the year.
Again? Wow.
Yeah. So it's not an all-time high yet, but it's getting close. We'll see. It's still the Santa Claus rally that goes through Wednesday. So it has to hold up through Wednesday. Obviously, the first and the second trading days of the new year count. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Other than that, crude oil's down a little bit, 1.5%. Not a big deal. Maybe that rally has finally petered out. I hope so. Natural gas up a little bit, 3%. That's light for natural gas, but maybe that tanking has petered out. So that's about it. That's what's going on. Other than that, it's all just kind of sort of program trading, and all the traders have gone to bed and they're just letting their computers trade away.
You're probably getting out of town because all those folks are coming in for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, home alone.
Yeah, I guess.
Right. All righty. So here's your numbers. The March corn, 476.5, unchanged. July corn, 497.5, down a half a penny. March soybeans, 1321.25, up 3/4. July soybeans, 1335.5, up 1 3/4. The March wheat is 633.25, up 10, and July wheat is 649, up 9.5. Crude oil, 73.22, down 89 cents. Heating oil is 259.12, down a penny. Gasoline is 214.10, down 2 cents. That put us about 280. And natural gas is 235.5. That's up 7 cents. What are currencies? Canadian dollar. The U.S. dollar buys $1.32 Canadian. That's down 7 ticks. The dollar buys 141.08 yen. That's down 75 ticks. The euro is at 110.75, down 28 ticks. The dollar is at 101.05, up 6 ticks. Gold is at $2,085.40, down $7.70. Silver's $24.40, down 23 cents. And platinum's $1,007.60, up $5.50.
All righty. Doug, we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay.
All righty. Talk to you. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Standing by, who do we have, Matthew?
Up next, we have Craig Voorhees from the Roman Insurance Agency.
And we'll talk to Craig right after this.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning up the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
As many of you know, we do broadcast not only on the air, but we stream, and we also are on Facebook and a few other of the social medias. And I want to just say Happy New Year to a good friend and fellow farm broadcaster. I'm sure many of you know him or are aware of him anyway, Max Armstrong. We've known Max for a number of years, and Max was viewing us today. And while we're on the subject of Max, One thing that Max is very familiar with is Steiner Tractor. He's done quite a bit of work for Steiner Tractor, and so have we. It's new parts for old tractors made easy when you work with the folks at Steiner Tractor, because they understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. Whether you want to show it off or whether you want it to work for you, Steiner can help. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Farm Service also brought to you by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Along with us right now, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. And Craig, we've talked about a lot of things over the last, how many years have we been doing this now?
Oh gosh, Terry, that's a good question. I mean, we've been doing it for a long time, and we picked up the frequency when COVID hit, and we haven't slowed down.
No, not at all. And a lot of the topics that you've covered over the past several years not only have been very timely, but they've generated a lot of interest and concern, not only for you directly, but telephone calls to us that we've passed along to you. What should we be talking about right now as we end 2023 and move into the new year?
Well, Terry, we've got another long weekend coming up. Our office is closed tomorrow at noon, and we reopen Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock. If our customers need us during that time to file a claim, please give us a call directly at our 800 number, the 800-572-0939. That becomes our after-hours emergency number when the office is shut down. You can always get a hold of your insurance company directly through their website, but we really prefer to do that for our folks, so that's why we want them to call us.
And again, with the holidays approaching, obviously we've gone through one, but New Year's, a lot of people are going to be on the road. The weather is not going to mess up any travel by car. But the other thing is we're going to be entertaining a lot of folks in the homes. And this does present issues on occasion when you have a lot of folks in your home. You're in the kitchen and you're working in the ovens and the stoves and all that.
It can, yes. Unfortunately, that does happen. Picks up a little bit in frequency this time of year for the reasons you're saying, Terry. Folks have people over, maybe they're not familiar exactly with your oven or stove, and they might leave something on that they don't intend to. So just keep an extra eye out. And, like they say, it's always good to have just one chef and then everybody else just take orders from them.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And I'll be the person taking the orders. I will definitely not be giving them.
Either that or I'll stand far enough back so I won't get any orders.
That's the best spot to be in, I think.
I agree with you right there. Craig, Happy New Year to you. We'll talk to you again next week.
Happy New Year to you, Terry, everybody there, and everybody listening. We appreciate it very much.
Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Jerry Samolsky with us next, Matthew?
Yes, he is. How are you doing, Mr. Jerry?
Doing wonderful on a beautiful day.
It sure is. Again, warm temperatures, a lot of folks working outside. Any thoughts, any suggestions right now, Jerry?
If you need to get it done and haven't gotten it done, you can still have a lot of time to get out there and do it. But, Terry, plan of the week this week, I'm sitting here at home today, and I'm looking out the window at a plant called Chief Joseph pine. Chief Joseph is a dwarf variety of a lodgepole pine. It's very hardy here. It has adaptability to many different growing sites. It likes sun, but it'll do well in a little bit of shade. But the attribute that it has is it's green all year long, except for the dormant period. And right now, it is such a bright yellow, golden color. It's just amazing. And then come spring, when it starts warming up, it'll revert back to green. The needles don't drop like most pine trees, but they do change in color dramatically. It's an amazing plant, awful fun to watch, and definitely enjoying it today.
And you've got them at the nursery too.
Yeah, we've got a few of them, Terry, but they're very hard and rare, hard to get a hold of. So we've got a few. If you're interested, give us a call. We'll be happy to set you up.
And beginning next week, you'll be open regular hours?
Yes, we will. We're going to be off tomorrow afternoon as well, and then through the weekend, and we'll see you on the 2nd.
Sounds good. Jerry Samolsky, take care. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, all the listeners, and everyone at the station.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Matthew, who do we have now?
Up next, we have David Anderson from Baird & Co.
David, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Terry. I'm doing well. And yourself?
Hey, not too bad. Another record breaker on the loose here?
Yes, it is. So Wall Street continues to trudge higher as we close out the year. So right now we got the Dow Jones Industrial Average ahead 57 points at 37,713 on volume of 212 million shares. The NASDAQ is up 22 points at 15,121, volume of 389 million shares. The S&P is up 6 points at 4788. Locally, stocks are mixed. Deere down 59 cents at 399.58. Caterpillar down 110 at 297.02. CMS Energy up 26 cents at 57.72. Dow down 41 cents at 55.30. DuPont up 8 cents at 77.01. Corteva up 4 cents at 48.02. Huntington Bank down a penny at 12.79. Independent Bank up 4 pennies at 26.88. GM down 9 cents at 35.99. Ford down a dime at 12.29. Mosaic down 15 cents at 36.40, and AT&T is up 19 cents at 16.77.
David Anderson, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. We'll talk to you again next week.
Happy New Year. Take care.
Thank you. David Anderson over at Baird & Company. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. Getting ready for 2024, it's a little bit easier to do that when you work with the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They've been doing this New Year stuff for a long time, since 1983. They've been taking care of business, and they'll take care of you next year. Serving you is their business at Freeland Bean and Grain. We'll close out right after this. Are you upset with your current planter performance? Are you considering buying a new planter but blown away from sticker shock? With Precision Planting's VSET, V-Drive, and Delta Force, we can retrofit your old planter to outperform any new planter on the market. Then access all your data from planting to harvest easily with Field View. Call PC Ag Solutions today and get your parts ordered, installed, and ready to go for the upcoming growing season. 989-868-4444. PC Ag Solutions. Plenty of precipitation in northern Michigan and along the east coast of the state. We'll talk a little bit more about that in our market update at 12:30. But now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay